Infrastructural development is the link that connects people to towns and cities, fostering greater economic and social growth. While many in big cities like Nairobi take good road transportation for granted, Marsabit County is just coming to terms with what a comfortable and fast road trip feels like. Taking a trip from Isiolo to Moyale was not for the faint-hearted. Travelers took anything from 4 days thanks to the terrible state of the road, which had never been tarmacked.
Bandits and other criminals, they hang around on the road and take advantage of the bad and challenging roads to attack, travelers.
Quite often people used to think North-Eastern also was not part of Kenya.
It is the dawn of a new era for communities around the Isiolo-Moyale highway. A brand new sleek road snakes its way through the rich virgin landscapes of Marsabit County. Breathtaking views await travelers on this world-class road.
It's starting from Lamu Port, which already has started. And Lamu Port goes towards Isiolo, and therefore connecting to this particular road. It branches off to the north, goes to Moyale, Ethiopia, and then the other side goes to southern Sudan through a place called Nakadok. So you can see that this second corridor, which now we call LAPSET, it clearly will open up areas which were previously unreached.
Between Moyale all the way up to Isiolo, you can be able to see there are many business activities which are now taking place as a result of construction of the road.
This is a corridor for inter-country connectivity. Through this road, Kenya is connected to Ethiopia, is connected to Sudan, and is connected to Egypt.
The government of Kenya collaborated with 2 development partners, the African Development Bank, AFDB, and the European Union, who enable construction of 503 kilometers from Isiolo to Moyale, which is part of the transnational highway from Cairo in Egypt to Cape Town in South Africa. The project cost a total of 46 billion shillings.
Integrate Africa has always been a key priority to integrate the region. And part of the East Africa regional integration strategy included facilitating trade through a highway such as the Isiolo-Moyale road. It's part of what's known as the Trans-Africa Highway, which aims to connect Africa by road from Cairo to Cape Town, going north and south.
The decision goes back to 2009-2010. The European Commission discussed with the government to make this road a priority. It fit exactly into Vision 2030, and it fit into the EU-Kenya cooperation framework, which also found that transport is a key area for socioeconomic growth and sustainable development. We also looked at benefits that could come from this road, both for regional integration. After all, it connects to a major neighboring state, Ethiopia, and it is part of a Trans-African Highway, number 4, which reaches from Cape Town to Cairo. So this regional integration aspect, promotion of trade, meeting of people, was important for us. But what was equally important for us was that this road is in an area that traditionally was marginalized. And we, in our assessment, this road will bring and has brought already significant transformation.
Kenya National Highways Authority, KENHA, a state corporation whose mandate, among others, is the development of international trunk roads, ensured the project was implemented according to the specifications in the contract document, standards of road quality and material being used were met, and the work was completed within stipulated timelines.
With the support of government and support of development partners, we were able to plan it out and made sure that we don't just think of a road. We were thinking of it as a development corridor. We also have planned socio development facilities. Like we have markets that were to go along with that, were boreholes to ensure that at least we give water. The north have no water. We also were thinking about security. We have done police station at Turbi.
The nature and scope of the project attracted challenges like security of the project personnel, desert-like conditions which meant lack of water for construction, compensation on land acquired for project, among other issues which required goodwill from the surrounding communities.
There's always, if you build infrastructure, there's always an issue with land, which was less actually in this project because it runs through a less populated area. The key issue always is the good relation with the local population, and I think this challenge was mastered quite well.
Now, similarly, during the construction of the road, one of the key problems that we would be experienced around this area is the availability of water, and through the project we have been able to sink approximately 80 boreholes on the entire stretch of the road, and we have been able to harness the water for construction, and we have been able to support the communities by providing the water, and the water issue largely has been alleviated within the project area.
Prior to commencement, preliminary design studies were conducted and construction of the 503 kilometers was then divided into 4 parts for ease of delivery, with the first phase of 136 kilometers from Isiolo to Merille rolling out in 2009. This section was completed in early 2012. Soon after, construction of the next 3 phases began in earnest. Merille to Marsabit, Marsabit to Turbi, and Turbi to Moyale, covering the remaining 367 kilometers.
By bringing Lapset corridor, it opens up about 21 counties. Northern corridor, which I talked about coming from Mombasa, covers about 17 counties. So if you add up the 21 plus the 17, it's like the entire country now becomes open up.
The importance of the Isiolo-Moyale highway is underscored by the strategic connections it offers Kenya regionally and beyond. The road connects the country to Ethiopia at the Moyale border and is a game changer given the trade opportunities in store for the 2 countries.
The first time Marsabit will be linked with a tar road to Nairobi. The project has completely transformed Marsabit County.
The road is special as a location somehow because it's really unlocking the north or northeast of Kenya. For the first time, Kenya is well connected to Ethiopia. The expectation is that you'll see very vibrant trade in the coming years happen with this road in place.
When the road goes to Moyale, it basically touches now on a very big population, and therefore it brings in a very big trading block for this country, for Kenya, because now the people of Ethiopia can now bring their goods through this road and then eventually to Lamu Port or to Mombasa. And therefore, in terms of regional integration, it's basically a major artery, it's a major link between Kenya and countries which were not traditionally connected to Kenya.
A modern one-stop border post complete with a major terminal building, warehouses and modern security facilities is ready. Its construction cost 843 million shillings and will enable seamless movement of people and goods between Kenya and Ethiopia.
We have done one-stop border post. Buildings are not good enough. We need to get a software then which then can serve the 2 border posts. Meaning that if you are coming from Kenya and you are going to Ethiopia, you actually don't require to stop in Kenyan post. You go directly to Ethiopia, you will get officials from Ethiopia and Kenyan, they will clear you there and you can move forward. Meaning that the time that you will actually spend on that border is highly reduced.
So for a truck to move from Kenya into Ethiopia, there must be some seamless transition of lanes as you drive into that point.
An important fact to note is that despite the mega nature of the project, it was completed on time and within budget.
And thank Kenya for the outstanding work they've done. The implementation has been so efficient, we have even realized some savings.
It was actually Kenya who implemented this project with our support and with our money. So the first recognition has to go to the engineers of the Kenya National Highway Authority, without whom this project would not have been a success.
During construction, the contractors offered employment opportunities to the youth and women from the surrounding communities. Locals benefited from transfer of skills, and small contractors were also engaged in tasks that did not require high-level skills. As a county, Marsabit offers a broad range of opportunities for those looking to tap into what the region has to offer.
Foremost, you need to understand the location of Marsabit County. This is the most expansive county in the country, located in the extreme north. It's also a county with a lot of opportunities in terms of natural resources. We have wind, we have solar, we have, diverse minerals. So it's a county with a lot of potential.
The corridor has opened northern Kenya, making it easier to travel and do business. Travel time has been significantly shortened. A journey that would previously take anything between 2 days or even a week, depending on the weather conditions, now takes 12 hours or less.
As a woman, it's not comfortable to be on top of the lorry. You see, a woman is on the top of the lorry. There's goats, cows in the lorry. It was very hard. And also when we go and sell our animals, then it was not easy because as we move on the road, security-wise it was not easy. Even now we can see as Rendile women, the nutrition, our children has improved really because we can get bananas, the fruits are there, the vegetables are there.
The completion of the highway spells a reality that many here never thought will be achieved in their lifetime, given a history of marginalization that left the region seriously underdeveloped. Opportunities that were once a pipe dream are now first being realized by ordinary citizens.
Morans who used to need to be now the cattle rustlers. So they have come up with small groups, they buy motorcycles, they ferry people. It has made them to feel that also they are in Kenya.
Tumefurahi kwa hii barabara na tumeona matunda ya Kenya.
Saa hii wakati wa zamani tukienda 1 kilomita tunacharge 500 hivi, lakini saa hii imekuwa 200. Tofauti iko kwa maana lami imeleta tofauti nyingi. Saa hii wakati tunaenda 1 kilomita zamani tunachukua muda mrefu sana, karibu 20 minutes. Saa hii tukienda tunachukua tu dakika 2 ama 5.
Na sasa sisi pia tunajisikia na tunasema sisi we are proud to be Kenyan.